All right, let's talk about something that feels like a trap for so many people, building your credit when you're starting from absolute zero. It feels impossible, right? But I promise you, it's a common problem with a really clear path forward. This quote from Reddit probably hits home for a lot of you. So many of us heard the same thing growing up. Debt is bad. Cut up those credit cards. And look, that advice comes from a good place. But as this person found out, sometimes that well meaning advice can backfire and create a whole new set of problems. So that begs the question, is having no credit really as big a deal as having bad credit? And the short answer is yeah, it absolutely can be. To lenders, landlords, you name it, when you have no credit file, you're a total mystery. And that uncertainty can be a major roadblock to getting what you want. And this is where we hit that classic catch-22. It's so frustrating. You need a history of borrowing money responsibly to get approved for a loan or a card, but how can you build that history if no one will give you credit in the first place? It's a cycle, but trust me, it's one we are going to break today. There's actually an official term for this situation. It's called being credit invisible. It means exactly what it sounds like. The big three credit bureaus, those are the companies that keep track of all this stuff, they have no file on you. It's like you're a ghost in the financial system. And if you're feeling like you're the only one dealing with this, you are so not alone. Get this, a staggering 28 million adults in the United States are completely credit invisible. That's a huge number. This is a shared experience for a massive chunk of the population. So, why does this actually matter in your day-to-day life? Well, being a ghost in the system makes a lot of basic stuff way harder. Landlords might look at your application and say, no thanks. Utility companies might ask for a huge security deposit just to turn the lights on. It can even make it tougher to get a car loan or, down the road, a mortgage for a house. Okay, so we've definitely established the problem. Now, let's get into the good stuff, the solution. And that all starts with understanding how this whole game works. How are these credit scores even calculated in the first place? The simplest way to wrap your head around it is to think of it like a report card for your financial life. That's all it is. It's just a three-digit number, usually somewhere between 300 and 850, that gives lenders a super quick snapshot of how responsible you are with money. The higher the number, the better your grade. Okay, everyone, lean in. This slide right here is the most important one for figuring out how to win. The FICO score model looks kind of complex, but look closer. A massive 65%, that's almost two-thirds of your entire score, comes down to just two things. Number one, your payment history. Number two, how much of your available credit you're using. That's it. If you can just master those two things, you are in control of the vast majority of your score. So, knowing that those two things are the biggest keys to the kingdom, we can build our strategy. Let's look at the three most common, most effective ways for anyone who is starting from absolute scratch. Here are your three main options on the table. First up, you've got the secured card. This is great because it's totally in your control, backed by your own money, so it's super low risk. Second, you could become an authorized user on someone else's card, like a parent. This lets you kind of piggyback on their good credit history. And third, there's the credit builder loan, which is a really cool tool that helps you build credit and savings at the exact same time. Let's just quickly walk through the secured card because it's one of the best ways to start. It's so simple. You give the bank a small deposit, let's say $200. That $200 becomes your spending limit. Then you just use the card for small things, coffee, Netflix, whatever, and you pay the bill off. After a few months of proving you're responsible, the bank will often graduate you to a regular unsecured card, and you get your $200 back. It's basically credit with training wheels. And hey, besides those big three, there are a few other options out there. Store credit cards can sometimes be easier to get approved for. If you're a student, there are cards designed just for you. And there are even new services that let you get credit for bills you're already paying anyway, like your rent or your cell phone. Now, getting that first account is awesome, but it's just the starting line. The real goal here is to build a few simple, powerful habits that will give you an amazing score for the rest of your life. This part right here is where the magic really happens. If you only take one single thing away from all of this, let it be this. Pay your bills on time. Every single time. No exceptions. Remember that pie chart? This is the biggest piece of the pie for a reason. Seriously, nothing, and I mean nothing, matters more than this. The easiest way to nail this? Just set up autopay. Set it and forget it. The second most important rule is to keep your balances low. This is about your credit utilization, which is just a fancy way of saying how much of your credit limit are you using. A great rule of thumb is to always keep your balance under 30% of your total limit.
So if you have a card with a $1,000 limit, try to never owe more than $300 on it. Lenders love to see that you're not maxing everything out. Now, I know it can be tempting to just go out and apply for a bunch of cards at once to get things going. Resist that urge. Every time you apply, it creates what's called a hard inquiry on your report, and that can knock your score down a few points temporarily. Too many inquiries at once looks like a red flag. Just start with one account and do a perfect job managing it. And please, remember this is a marathon, not a sprint. It actually takes about 6 months of reported payments before the credit bureaus can even calculate your very first score. So you gotta be patient. Open that first account, use it for small things, pay it off on time, and just let the system work. Good things will come. So there you have it. Building credit from zero isn't some big, unsolvable mystery. It's just a process with clear steps. And now you have the roadmap. The only question left is, what's your first step gonna be?
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and click on the bell icon to turn on notifications.